Yeah.
Like here?
Yes, and then you can say once you see it, like, all right, where we start, or something like that. You know? Yeah.
Once I sit down?
Yeah.
So I just go now? It's running? Right, where do we start? So my first thought when I was approached by this was exciting, of course. You know, the fact that the engine I actually raised was going to go into this really cool road car.
All right, I think we're good.
And then the idea of using my art and my colors and be a part of this whole process of creating this car is very exciting.
That was a prototype car that Porsche manufactured to test the TAG Formula One engine that they would campaign between the latter end of 1983 through to the end of the 1987 Formula One season. It became an incredibly successful engine, winning 26 Grand Prix, 3 World Championships. In 1987, Stefan Johansson drove for McLaren, teammated by Alain Prost. And this was the car that the Agara Group and Paris Mullins acquired from us.
Oh, it was a great engine. Porsche is such a great company. It's got just an amazing racing heritage and history, you know.
From this, it was then, how do we spec this particular car?
Memories of a past life. So the series we decided to go with was the style I call Memories of a Past Life. So I've done a whole series of these paintings.
Which is very much, it's oil-based, blurred vision.
And they're all inspired and based on different sections, corners of different tracks on the Formula One circuit.
Certainly when I look at it, it reminds me of when you sort of see an onboard footage of a Formula One car.
And then I write a little story about what inspired me for this particular work. You know, it could be the colors, it could be fighting with the car in front of me, or whatever it may be. And I thought it was a very fitting theme and imagery to use on the car, because what I'm trying to project with these paintings is the sense of speed, you know, and that just everything coming at you in a million miles an hour.
So then it was, what colours would this thing be?
The colors of my helmet in '87 was basically the navy blue, the light blue for the Swedish flag, the yellow for the Swedish flag, white field to kind of frame the 3 different grades of the green, and then the red, which was Marlboro's kind of signature color.
We were really adamant we didn't want to do this as a sticker, as a wrap. It had to be an actual piece of artwork, something that he's actually put his hands to and actually done himself. The paint effect is very much where a lot of the work went on, and it was decided to work with a masking that we'd made a vector file off of his original artwork. It's funny when people talk about the number of hours a paint job has taken. The bonnet has 2,200 individual colour points on it alone. We worked a lot with drone footage in the paint shop too, even just to get every angle of this.
Physically paint a car with real colors for the first time was definitely a learning experience. But to be able to drive this car up the hill at Goodwood and show the whole world this project when it's finished, it's going to be really exciting, of course.
He raced in a Formula One race, but now it's in a car that he's painted, almost in another chapter of his life and in another chapter of his career. And putting all those pieces together, I think, is what really genuinely makes this a special car.
It'll be the first time for me to see my art in motion, and absolutely the first time I'm actually going to be driving my art in motion too.
This also from Lanzantes, this is the Tag Turbo, so this actually has Stefan Johansson's F1 engine in the back of it, one that he did actually race. And as you can see, it's a bit of an art car here as well, I think reminiscent of the Jeff Koons BMW that raced at Le Mans, but this is Stefan Johansson who now does artwork, and this is his own design on the car.
Kind of had the same design on my helmet pretty much since I started, and he's always had the leaf incorporated, and which originates from my father, who grew up in a little village. In fact, the farm he lived on was called kind of Leaf Town, or so he became the Leaf. And then in Sweden, everyone who's the son of someone who's even remotely famous become Little something, whatever it is, you know. So weirdly, more people in Sweden probably know me by Little Leaf than Stefan.
That's why I like the idea that this kind of starts, like there's the concentration, and it kind of starts to fade off.
Yeah. Even though these are going to sort of be, well, they're bending.
Because it sort of bends here and then it goes like that instead of